Welcome to the Layman Seminary, and we're continuing our series on Let's Learn Biblical Hebrew. So my wife and I are here, and Janet, start reading right here, please, where we left off.
Okay. Hebrew is a gender-based language. Hebrew is a language which is inflected for grammatical gender. In other words, most words are either masculine or feminine. This is similar to French, Spanish, German, Greek, Latin, and many other languages. Many types of words have gender associated with them. In this lesson, we will see that masculine words are masculine verbs and feminine words take feminine verbs. When you see M or F with words, it means masculine or feminine. Oh, I understand now. I'm sorry. Earlier seems like I don't understand what I'm reading. So consonantally speaking, nouns which end in hey, such as ishe, what?
Isha.
Isha meaning woman. Isha, wife, a woman or wife, tend to be feminine. Further, many masculine nouns become the feminine equivalent when hey is added to the end. Further, many masculine nouns become the feminine equivalent when a hey is added to the end. For instance, wait, what is this M?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
M, right? So Melek.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Melek.
I can hear Hebrew. Melek or Melek, king becomes Melek. Meleka?
Probably so, yeah.
Meleka. Because there's a calf. A calf. What's that? Anyway, queen. Meleka means queen. So, probably so. However, many other words have no internal indicators. Thus,
this is the I in it's silent.
Oh, yeah.
Ear.
Oh, my goodness, ear. Oh, it is I, it's silent. That's what you said. Ear is, city is grammatically feminine, even though it lacks a hey on the end. City, my goodness. Grammatical gender should not be confused with physical gender. While Isha or wife is a wife, right? Wife, right? Isha.
Woman, wife, yeah.
Yeah, woman, wife. So grammatical gender should not be confused with physical gender, while Isha is both physically and grammatically feminine. There is no physical aspect of air, which makes it feminine. Or for that matter, oh gosh, what is that word?
It has a butt.
Yeah. My goodness, what is that? The butt?
Bait.
My goodness, it's bait. So be bayad
Bait.
Bait. Oh, is that bait? The bait words? That 3 consonants in it? Bait.
The house.
there's a yod and
Yes, there's a yod. Yes.
so bayit, which makes it masculine. Oh my goodness. How can I understand all of this in terms of
You
using grammar?
don't worry, you'll be fine. Keep going.
No punctuation. Biblical Hebrew, pointed and unpointed, lacks any punctuation. However, pointed Hebrew texts have the symbol at the end of verses. This is not a colon, but just a marker to indicate the end of a verse. Of course, these markers were not in manuscripts prior to about a millennium ago. Realize that verse ending markers are not periods and that Hebrew sentences can be many verses long. For practical reasons, these textbooks will use to mark the end of pointed sentences in exercises. It also sometimes uses to introduce
That's a
break.
colon. It sometimes uses colon to introduce a break.
Okay, I will read again. For practical reasons, these textbooks will use to mark the end of point.
It will use colon.
I need to this one. Where's my pointed? Wait, I want to, this one. I need to say this one to read this one.
Yes,
colon. Colon, yeah. We call that colon, not colon. Colon. Okay. For practical reasons, these textbooks will use colon to mark the end of pointed sentences and exercises, period. It's also sometimes uses colon to introduce a break similar to an English period to reduce confusion in exercises. My goodness, it's become confusion because I read earlier the period, I read it period. And then now it's similar to an English period to reduce confusion in the exercises. Anyway. Okay, then what? King.
Read the Hebrew.
Oh, okay.
Sound it out before you translate it.
Sound it out. Okay. Mem, ma, oh, me, e, melek, right? Melek.
Yes.
What is what letter is this?
Ayin, it's silent.
Ayin is silent. So it is what?
Oh.
All. It's all. Because this is the okay. Guys, if you don't know what I'm doing, go to the other platform and you can see visually. So all Melek, all oh my goodness, what is this again letter? That has this one. Dolek. Dalef.
Yes.
De E are they their Dalef dear De.
Yes.
But they have an R. This one is res.
You gotta, I know, Derek.
Oh, Derek. My goodness. Point out your mouse. Use your mouse so that I know where you are. Please. Thank you. So, okay, Derek. Derek. My goodness, I already studied this last time. I, co- um,
Ani.
oh, why ni? This is the noon.
Ani.
Oh, because this is a yud. Oh, yes. The sound is the noon is n and then the y is ni. So they don't have vowels, only a consonant. So this is the silent aleph and then a, and then noon is n and then yod is y. So ani. Okay, wait. Okay.
But it does have a vowel. Hirik is underneath it.
Yeah. Okay, ani. It's in the e. Okay, ni ani. What's going on?
I made it smaller so you could see it all.
How can I see it all if you become a lot smaller? I cannot see it all.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Cannot
So
see.
listen, Melik Derek, Ani
Ani
Bayit.
babai. Babai.
Okay. So it's just showing you this is two sentences. A king is on the road or a road, and I am in the house.
Two sentence because there's a semicolon. Semicolon is the sentence, is the period. Is that what it says earlier, right?
Yes, your colon is a period, not semicolon.
Yeah. Hi, Sam Ramos. Thank you for watching.
Okay, go ahead.